Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Kid Show. Today we're talking about Lollipop Chainsaw because we have new details as to the remake that is called Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. Now, last year, the remake for Lollipop Chainsaw was announced. Immediately, I was extremely skeptical, and I've been keeping tabs on this remake because, well, it's hard to believe that this is a game coming out next year. It was actually originally supposed to come out this year, but was delayed till, I believe, August of next year. So I have to keep tabs on this, guys, because it is one of the most obscure choices to remake. It's one of those things where it's more of a cult classic. By modern day, what is acceptable in modern day? Lollipop Chainsaw certainly doesn't fall into that. The main protagonist is one that embellishes in femininity in ways that are deemed unacceptable in modern day, unless you happen to be, I guess, severely obese. But I digress on that. But there's reason to believe now, to believe in this game. It's actually pretty crazy. I thought for certain that this was going to be a remake that is ruined by censorship, but now we happen to have some information that may seem to be leading towards maybe this game won't be censored. And let's jump right into it, guys. Lollipop Chainsaw Remastered will have an uncensored Juliet skin because of course it will. And it's kind of interesting that the gamer is even talking about this and isn't dumping on this remake immediately. So let's jump into the details of this article. Lollipop Chainsaw isn't being toned down at all in the remaster. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop game designer Yoshimi Yasuda has promised an uncensored skin for protagonist Juliet Starling. We have no idea what this will look like, but it's safe to say that it is a sign that the remaster won't be toned down at all from its colorful predecessor, and could even feature a costume more risque than her default look, which is pretty crazy. I mean, this is, Juliet's default skin, her default outfit, and she's a cheerleader, and she don't give a damn. She's just doing her thing. So this, a possibly more risque outfit than her cheerleader outfit is really pushing the limits, at least with, video games. But this is why we advocate for the rating system and the M rating so that we can distinguish what is indeed for, mature individuals and what is indeed for children. And this is certainly a game that is not for children. But, they continue. This comes shortly after the news that Lollipop Chainsaw Repop has been delayed into 2024, missing its 2023 release window. For our troubles, Yasuda has given us a peek at a new skin along with the promise that we'll get something uncensored further down the line. Your guess is as good as mine as to what that entails, because I don't think many of us found the original Lollipop Chainsaw to be particularly censored. Yeah. The OG Lollipop Chainsaw is anything but, which is why it was absolutely shocking to me that a remake of this game was announced, since we are in a very censorship-heavy age that is absolutely obnoxious, and that is clearly taking a toll on creative freedom and artistic freedom, which is the biggest problem I have with modern-day gaming. Modern-day gaming is extremely prudish in nature. It's kind of crazy because it is the most popular form of entertainment in modern day, and it is the most heavily censored in comparison to music and in comparison to television or film, which to me is problematic. And they continue. Over on Twitter, Yasuda gives us a look at a rabbit costume for Juliet, presumably one that will be usable in Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. Is very, very different from her usual getup. Not only covering her completely, but also turning her into some freakish-looking bunny rabbit plush toy. So Yasuda assures us that the team will also make an uncensored Juliet costume to meet your expectations, and this is the outfit that is planned. And yes, he says, we will also make uncensored Juliet costume to meet your expectations. I mean, I think that more skins the better. This is obviously super silly and will be funny to see. So I'm cool with it, and I do love the blood and whatnot. I guess, the furries will have a reason to buy this remake. Got to appeal to all the different communities out here, I guess, right? And I will say this: if this game does what what 98% of games are afraid to do, which is, be what it is unapologetically and spit in the face of all these activists and the people that constantly tout morals and feminist nonsense, modern day feminist nonsense, mind you. Uh, Spit in the face of all these people. I think that Lollipop Chainsaw has potential to do really well, probably better than the original release itself, which would be cool, especially if it holds to the original interpretation of what the game is supposed to be. As you might expect, fans have no shortage of requests for different Juliet getups. Even less surprisingly, some fans want the devs to chuck in some anime references with the designs. So we'll have to see what's being cooked up behind the scenes. And yes, please give the fans all the fan service. Just go for it, man. If you could do it, if you could manage it, go for all the fan service. Just make this game fun, man. Make this fun and for the fans. That is more than most games are doing nowadays. So that's what us gamers love to see. Said a bunch of wild outfits to choose from would be in keeping with the direction of Repop, as the devs have previously said that they want it to be a remake as close as possible to a remaster. And that's what I love to hear. That to me says we're doing we're making this game from the ground up, at least for the most part. We're sticking as close to the original game as possible, to the point where it does feel like a remaster, which to me, I love to see it, especially in modern day where they do these super toned down or just completely changed versions of what the original game, and completely like just steps away from the intention of the original work. To me, that absolutely sucks. The only way I think that would be even remotely acceptable is if it was a game that was a bomb. It was just a bad game. And then they just decided to, let's redo this and make it better. But how often does that happen? If a game comes out and it just is crap, then obviously it's not, for the most part, I mean, there might be that one instance, it's not going to get revisited. It's just going to get dropped. It's going to be forgotten to time. So in this, in a rare instance, I think that is applicable to retry something that was a failure and change it up and make it better. But something that is a success, to stray away from what made it a success and to change, to discredit someone else's vision for your own when it's not even your original work, I believe is problematic. And they continue, in other words, we can expect the same tone as what we got back in 2012. Love to see it, guys. Love to see it. That said, we still have no idea when Repop will be with us. Other than that, it's now aimed to launch in the summer of 2024. Developer Dragami Games is yet to narrow down any further from this, saying that the delay is to further improve quality. At the very least, it gives it some more breathing room, because the last quarter of 2023 is far too packed as it is, and that's facts. This summer has been insane for gaming. We just had 2 huge RPGs back to back, thanks to Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. And we might as well throw Sea of Stars in there. Sea of Stars is an indie game, but damn, it is also a really well-regarded RPG that, in my opinion, is definitely getting overshadowed by Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. So I definitely want to name drop Sea of Stars in there as well. And to continue, now we'll have the likes of Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Assassin's Creed Mirage to contend with. And, it's facts. This summer especially has been an insane time for game releases. It's like every week something big is coming out. And this year has really, all these games, there's so many decent releases coming out. A lot of them are fighting for our time. I mean, obviously we have some broken messes of games coming out too, so we definitely have to highlight that as well. But I have to wonder what next year holds for us, So I totally understand not releasing this year, but that doesn't mean that next year is going to be any is going to necessarily be any lighter in regards to major releases. I mean, early next year alone is looking pretty crazy. So it's good to see that I'm hearing the right things when it comes to adhering to the integrity of the original product as closely as possible. I'm glad to see that these devs are not caving to what is socially, social politically acceptable in 2023. Obviously, us gamers, we don't care about that. We just want to have fun. We want you to make games that are fun. We don't want you to remake something and then just completely ruin it or be scared to see out the vision the way it was intended. So it seems like maybe there's nothing to be concerned about, because admittedly so, I was extremely skeptical about a Lollipop Chainsaw Remake. I mean, obviously, I think anybody that understands what the game is would naturally be skeptical, but this is definitely making me say, okay, this could be going down the right path. But guys, let me know what you think about this. Um, Real quick, if you can hit the bell notification, it helps me out with getting my content to you. And if you obviously are still here, you likely want to see my content. So if you hit the bell notification, I have less than like 20% of people that actually get notified of when my videos go out. So any assistance in that helps us both is really very much appreciated. Consider becoming a channel member if you'd like instant access to the Discord. It's definitely an interesting Discord to say the least. But yes, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments section down below. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter or Kick if you'd like to continue the conversation. And guys, with all being said, I'm out. Peace.